Welcome to another episode of Historical Facts, Disturbing or Delightful. Buckle up and get ready to decide for yourself if these facts are disturbing or delightful.
Welcome to an eerie edition of Historical Facts, Disturbing or Delightful. You decide. In this episode, we're going to talk about creepy dolls and Renaissance zombies. Isla de las Muñecas, also known as the Island of the Dolls, is often considered one of the most haunted places in the entire world. Located in the canals of Xochimilco, near Mexico City, the island is famous for its eerie collection of dolls hanging from trees and scattered throughout the area. Visitors report feeling a sense of unease when they visit, and some claim to hear whispers or see the dolls' eyes move. The combination of the haunting backstory, the eerie atmosphere, and the decaying dolls makes this island a popular destination for those intrigued by the paranormal. Isla de las Muñecas is steeped with chilling stories and eerie legends. Here are just a few of the most notable tales associated with the hauntings. 1. The Spirit of the Drowned Girl. The central legend of the island revolves around a young girl who allegedly drowned near the island. After discovering her body, Julian Santana hung a doll in the trees as an offering to her spirit. Locals say that he believed this would appease her and prevent her spirit from haunting him. Over time, he collected more dolls, and it is said that the girl's spirit became more active, leading to strange occurrences on the island. 2. Whispers and voices. Visitors to Isla de las Muñecas often report hearing whispers and voices when they walk among the dolls. Some claim the voices sound like children playing, while others describe them as pleading or sorrowful. These sounds contribute to the unsettling atmosphere and give the impression that the spirits of the dolls are trying to communicate. 3. Moving dolls. Many guests have reported that some dolls appear to move or change position when they aren't looking. This phenomenon has led to stories of the dolls being alive, with some claiming that the eyes seem to follow them as they walk by. In some instances, people have returned to find dolls positioned differently than they remembered. 4. Eerie presence. Visitors often describe feeling an inexplicable sense of dread or being watched while on the island. Some have reported feeling cold spots or sudden chills even on warm days. This feeling is frequently attributed to the spirits said to inhabit the dolls and the land. 5. Julian's own haunting. After Julian Santana passed away in 2001, some believe that his spirit joined those of the dolls and the drowned girl. Many visitors have reported feeling his presence or seeing dolls placed in ways that seem to reflect his spirit's lingering attachment to the island. 6. Cursed dolls. Some of the dolls on the island are said to have been cursed or possessed. Visitors have shared stories of feeling nauseated or uneasy when they are near specific dolls. Others have claimed that they've taken photos, only to find strange anomalies or shadows in the images that weren't visible to the naked eye. 7. The island's guardian. There are stories that Julian himself was a protector of the island, ensuring that the spirits remained at peace. These stories and more contribute to the island's haunting reputation, making Isla de las Muñecas a chilling and fascinating destination for those interested in the paranormal. Now, on to our next haunting story, zombies. Syphilis. An STD, so you might be thinking, what does this have to do with zombies? Well, let me explain. Let's tick the old clock back to August 1494. A king, Charles VIII, was running the show in France, and he decided to do a bit of invading across the Italian peninsula, and what would become known as the Italian Wars. He had around 30,000 soldiers in a big artillery train. Renaissance Italy was big on mercenary wars, and Charles wanted to get in on that. Mostly, though, he wanted to make his way to Naples, take the city, and use it as a launch pad for some crusading. In February of 1495, they took over Naples. After 7 months of fighting their way across Italy, Charles's mercenaries were ready for a little self-indulgence. They partied hard, perhaps too hard. Soon enough, it became clear that a terrible disease was spreading through the city. The disease would become known by many names, including the disease of Naples and the French disease, but in all of reality, it was a little bacteria that made your skin fall off. According to contemporary accounts of descriptions used by scholars who witnessed the outbreak firsthand, this syphilis may have been an earlier, way more severe variant of the syphilis that we know today. First you contract the disease, then you remove your codpiece and Boom, genital ulcers. But you don't panic quite yet, not until a bad fever takes hold. Then you develop rashes and joint and muscle pain. This will last weeks, maybe even months. Then phase 2 hits, and it's much worse. Large abscesses and sores form all over your body. They are very painful and they look bad and smell even worse. The sores turn into large ulcers that eat into your bones and deteriorate your eyes, nose and lips. At this point, your joint and muscle pain has gotten so bad, especially at night, and the facial infection would often extend into the mouth and throat, which could lead to death. But the disease could sometimes take years to kill the victim. In Naples, the infected would walk or crawl on the streets, faces all rotted and bones exposed. This is as close as you can get to a historical zombie outbreak, minus the cannibalism. But where exactly did this disease come from? That's debatable. It's still unclear if the disease was first contracted by European explorers in the New World, or if it in fact originated in Europe as a lesser disease which mutated into something more severe. Medical records were not specific enough to differentiate between a range of similar epoxy diseases, so syphilis may have been hiding in plain sight all along. Italy's Renaissance period had a major and little-known dark side, and sailors returning from the New World brought with them a massive outbreak of syphilis, which spread through an entire French army. This disease was called by many names, but at the end of the day, it was one you did not want to contract. I would say these stories are more disturbing than they are delightful. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.
You've been watching Historical Facts, disturbing or delightful.